Today we're going to discuss about that. Uh, what are the things, how we're going to start the session. Okay, so this is normally how we're going to take the session. So in the treasury session, or I mean, when I take the session, what are the things I'll consider it? So normally we start with the first of all, as you know, SAP Treasury cannot work a standalone basis. That means, like any other module, it is a module which works on the other system. Let's say you have to have a company code or all your enterprise structures, cost centers like controlling area, all this setting has to be there. So we call it as an FI org structure, then FI CO controlling setup. All this has to be configured first. Once we configure the entire structures, like your company code, your profit center, your enterprise structures. Uh, After that only, controlling area, your cost center, your profit center hierarchy, all these things once we set up, only then we can go to the TRM org structure. Okay, TRM organization structure. After we learn the TRM organization structure, and TRM organization structure has a two org structure in under TRM. One would be general org structure, and another one would be accounting org structure. So once all the configurations would be in place, we start our product by product configurations. So first we'll go with the money market product. We'll learn about money market. What is money market? Which market is called money market? And under that, there are different products are there, financial instruments. So how are we going to start? We start with the what is the business? What is the product details? Like, your business understanding, business process, I would say. First of all, we understand how the product works, how the business processing of this particular financial instruments. Then we understand the accounting part of it, and then we go to the reporting part of it, right? And all these things I'll be discussing based on all my recent implementation experience. So whatever the scenarios I'll be going to discuss, these are all practical scenarios, practical business scenarios, which I have done in my recent implementations, come from my recent implementation experience. So all these details I'm going to share. So this would be my pattern. So we're not only going to just start doing the configuration. No, we understand how the product, how it works in business, how the accounting part of it, how the reporting part of it. Yeah. So this would be my, and when I'm talking about, then we'll start after doing these things, we'll start the end-to-end configurations of, and after the end-to-end configuration, we'll understand the end-to-end um, end user activities or end user activities end to end. So when I'm saying end to end, we will take the all the maximum, all the scenarios, not the maximum, all the scenarios which would be applied for each of this product type. Let's say when you talk about the um, fixed deposits or a commercial papers or let's say interest rate instruments. Normally, what are the month-end activities we have? We have accrual posting, we have a deferral posting. But when it comes to securities, the month-end activities are different. There is some kind of amortizations of the your if any bonds has been issued at a premium or at a discounting at a discount, we have to see how the amortization to be done. Or let's say if business wanted to see They wanted to amortization, the total cost of the bond that can be done. Or also there is a called mark to market concept, right? Where we update every month what is the current price of the stock or bonds, or all these mutual funds in case of mutual funds we are investing in. So all these activities would get varied from securities to securities. Like in case of forex, foreign exchange, there would be called mark to market or forward contract rate. So the valuation would be that would be your month end valuation. So we'll understand all these things product by product. The month end activities is also part of these activities. And yes, at the end we also learn about the cutover activities, which is most important part of it. This is how. Now the question comes. This isn't just an overview, and this is a question comes. Why? Why we go with the SAP Treasury module? Why? Like normally the question may comes like if you go for any implementation, why the Treasury module comes? Like when I go for any implementations, we'll see normally what is the purpose. So we normally give the the scenarios like what the capabilities of SAP S4 HANA Treasury and Risk Management module, what are the things it can be done. So many challenges we find as I discussed in the initial days, like challenges, common challenges, right? What are the common challenges? The common challenges, if you see, the people like if you see many organizations, they have not implemented SAP Treasury in SAP, they are still working all these things into the Excel. So the first thing, the common challenges we find it, all manual activities of treasury operations maintained in Excel. So when you maintain all these things in the Excel, so your activities would be huge. Like, you have to do a lots of. So this next thing it comes, lots of manual work. Okay. So when you do everything in Excel, you don't have a proper system. So the activities would be huge. It is not like that, like, they are maintaining one or two. No, the activities like their month-end activities, all sort of calculations, the risk perspective, the various parameters, various way to measuring the risk, that is everything you maintain in Excel. So lots of Excel, not only from the transaction point of view, but also from the, many times it happens that there is an approval mechanism. They have to send the email or via all the Excel to the someone, and from there again they will say, "Yeah, I have approving all these things." So, and this is one of the process-oriented things what I'm talking about. But at the same time, when you see the reporting part of it, it is all are maintained in Excel, and it's a very tedious job. Like if we have seen many of the places where they are doing the things in Excel, and they are it's a very, very painful. Like, this month end activity is a never ending process. It's going on and on. A lot of exercise, lot of things, lot of data from here and there they have to go and maintain. And it's a lot of painful. So next problem, what we've seen that segregation of the duties. Segregation of duties. So what happened whenever you see any organization structure of treasury? So the organization structure is something like your when we talk about the normal organization structure of treasury, we talk about the uh, front office, middle office, back office. So these are basically the entire treasury organization are lying in these three areas. So there would be one team who would be front office team, middle office team, and the back office team. So there is no segregation of duties because everything is maintained in Excel. So segregation of duties cannot be assigned in that way. Okay. And many other month-end activities. Now we come to the month-end activities. Many month-end activities being performed in manually in Excel, right? So all this month-end activities, many month-end activity, Many reporting, I mean, almost all the reportings are maintained in Excel. So these are the common challenges. When you're doing everything, so you have to spend a lot of time to not only maintain the transaction level data, but also you have to maintain the reporting level data. You have to send segregation. You have to maintain the segregation of duties like front office, middle office, back office, lot of email exchanges, lot of Excel work. So these are the common challenges we see. And like when you say that books of account, like if you have to maintain multiple books of account, multiple valuation area, right? Multiple valuation areas, or multiple books of account if you want to maintain. So that is also a challenges. Again, multiple same report has to be maintained for multiple valuations, multiple books of accounts, right? So these are the common challenges to not to go with the SAP Treasury. Now question is why. So point was that like the SAP Treasury was never be a focus in the earlier days. If you're talking about 5, 10 years back, like if you're talking about like 4, 5 years back also. Um, Recent days, I mean last 2, 3 years onward, I can see Treasury has come to an important part. Like in the sense like there's a huge demand in the market. There is no Treasury consultant available. Previously, what happened, we always see in the market there are, there is a requirement from the, FICO, finance controlling, RAR module or FSCM module like credit collection, dispute management. So this treasury and risk management module was not having much demand at that point of time because no consultant was available. Very, very limited consultant was available that point of time, and that's the reason there's no proper focus on that. So once the S4 HANA came into picture, last 3 years you could have seen that there will be huge and huge demand from, and huge marketing has been done on the treasury and risk management point of view. And after that only there's a sudden shift, like people, there is a requirement, huge requirement, that there is a lot of implementation happening, lot of customers who are not aware about the actual functions of SAP treasury and risk management module, how it can ease their day-to-day activities, and how it can maintain the proper segregation of duties, month-end activities, all the reporting, all the activities, transaction level or master data reporting can be done, I mean, into the system without doing any manual activities. So that is the reason, people now going with SAP Treasury modules, and that's the reason now lot more requirement is coming. Many companies are now, they stop doing all these activities into Excel. Now they properly understand now these activities, what are they are doing it from the years. This can be done in the directly into the system, and it can be done in a much better way. I mean, once it is implemented, all the manual efforts, manual works completely stop, because in treasury module you can all this accounting posting happening automatically. No need to select the manual GL account, because what happened was a point of time when all these treasury modules are being maintained in the FI posting. I mean, what they are doing it, let's say a business wanted to post some treasury posting. Let's say they invest the money into, let's say, fixed deposit or the shares or a bond. What they do, they create a GL account called investment in bond, and that's how they are posting it. But in that posting, what the problem was, it cannot done, because when you're posting the things in FI, you have to select the GL account. There is no way. So the problem is, uh, when you maintain everything in the Excel, so you do not mean you have to. The other problem is that when you, let's say, you have not implemented SAP module, the other things what we found, business usually do these activities in the FI module. So let's say they done some investment in the fixed deposit. They what they do, they select the GL account. So simply select GL account and do the posting. Okay, so do that. Now, problem here is whenever you do this posting into the GL account, you have to remember in GL account, there is a very limited fields. Example, SAP Treasury require lots of information, let's say from any sort of investment. When I talk about a fixed deposit, so what are the information we require? Let's say a front office or middle office or back office require a proper accounting, proper information about the fixed deposit. What is the start date of the fixed deposit? What is the end date of the fixed deposit? What is the rate of interest of the fixed deposit? Whether it's a simple interest or the compound interest, whether it's an what is the effective interest rate, what is the month end accruals to be performed. So these are the many activities which cannot be done automatically. Now, what is the advantage when you implement? Now, what happens when you implement this treasury module? Let's say, I'm keeping a line. Benefits of implementing TRM module. Now, what are the advantages happen? You can see that the first advantage it would be all your accounting posting. Let's say all the accounting posting. No, first of all, this is not a main thing. Main first major activities would be all the operational day-to-day operational activities being performed in SAP system. Okay, this is the first activity. Second activities would be the segregation of duties. There is an you can properly assign the roles, like what has to be done, what can be done by the front office team, what can be done by middle office team, and what the activities to be performed by the back office team. Actually speaking, all these activities are already been defined in the organization structure. Like what are the activities being performed by the front office team? Middle office team, what are the activities performed? Middle office team perform the activities like scrutinizing what is being created by the front office team. Like let's say if I do some posting, the transactions or deal, whether I have done as per the can you all see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
My screen is
Yes, sir.
visible to, okay. Okay. So what are the activities being performed? Like middle office team will be performing the activities called scrutinizing what is being created by the front office team. Also, check the repayment schedule, validate the various perform various variable rate of interest activities. Like let's say when you've taken a loan in the variable rate of interest, let's say MIBOR, Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. So what will happen when the rate of interest get changes, MIBOR changes, it is the activities of the middle office team who will perform the activities of interest rate changes. Then there are like that there are many activities you can segregate. And how you're going to segregate the duties based on the role, right? Based on the transaction codes and role which you define, and based on that we we can define, okay, these are the team, these are the user group who are the middle office team and having access of this particular transaction code. So based on this transaction codes, they are able to execute on the specific. So this is the way we properly maintain the segregation of the duties. Now, what are the things? All these manual activities get completely stopped because in Treasury, all these things are either you are talking about the accounting posting or accrual or deferral posting or mark to market posting. All these things are happening automatically. That means when I'm saying automatically means what I'm trying to say, I need not to go and select the GL account and do the posting. So for that, all the account determination has to be done at the time of implementation only. So based on the account determinations, once we maintain, so accounting posting all happen automatically. So we can, there is a transaction code called TBB1. When you execute, all the accounting document get posted. And business, if they want, they can schedule the particular job into the background schedule job, so that every 10 and 15 minutes or after 1 hour, the TBB1 gets executed automatically, and they could only see the accounting posting of it. So that way, many automations means all these things is automatic based on the account determination configurations. Okay. So, and the books of accounts, you can maintain multiple multiple books of accounts, multiple books of accounts, because once you post it, it will post to the multiple ledgers, non-leading ledgers. So that also have been, I mean, it is automatic. So once you maintain that, the settings valuation area, it will post to the multiple, ledgers. So with that, so not only that, you also get an alert functionality. Suppose if you wanted to see alert, alert in the sense, example, if I wanted to see how many of my deals has been created, how many has been, its a maturity date is near next month or 2 months after, I can see in the report. It's called alert management. You can also make some enhancement to the alert, and the alert will send to particular user, and they will get the notification. Okay, this particular uh, FD is getting matured. And month-end activities also, you can schedule a background job, you can automate this thing. So what my point is, all these activities can be automated with the configurations. All the segregation of duties can be done. Multiple books of accounts can be maintained. All the day-to-day operations will be performed in the SAP system only, right? So these are the common challenges, and this is the benefit of implementing SAP TRM module. Now, let's go to the system. We understand this treasury module a bit. Now, this would be your system. So all you'll be getting an access to this system. So now you can see this is our S4 system. We'll go to the SPRO, SAP reference IMG. And now you can see all your, now you can see financial supply chain management. This is the folder. And inside this folder, we have all this module. Now, FSCM, uh, the credit management, collection, dispute management, like the previously, the credit management was a part of SAP sales and distributions. Now it is completely removed from the SD module, and now it is a part of your FSCM module. So now treasury is also part of FSCM, but when you talk about the financial supply chain management, it is a very huge module. It has a very huge things. Like inside that FSC, FSCM, we have a credit management, biller direct, a collection management, dispute management, bank communication management, in-house cash management, advance payment management, many things of it. Out of that, our focus area would be SAP Treasury and Risk Management. So under the SAP Treasury and Risk Management, we have this transaction manager. And when you click on this transaction manager, you can see all these details. Like you can see general settings, you can see product group. These are called product group. You can see money market, foreign exchange, securities, listed derivative, OTC derivative, trade finance, right? And also you can see basic analyzer setting, market risk analyzer, credit risk analyzer, portfolio analyzer, like that. So example, as I say, SAP, um, you know, our treasury module cannot work alone with this only treasury. Let's say if your company, the company very trying to implement this, we don't have any module. We just wanted to implement treasury. It will not work. So because in order to implement the SAP treasury module, you need to post to because anything which you wanted to post, where you going to post it? You're going to post it to your company code. So you have to do all your company code setting. When I'm talking about the company code setting, I'm not only talking about the only company code creation. It requires a lot of other information, like your complete enterprise structures. So what our thing is, when you start doing the configuration, we'll start doing the configuration from this enterprise structures. So we'll go first, we'll understand all the basic configuration which is required from the financial accounting. Let's say company code details, copy, delete, check company code, then your controlling area, then your business area. It's now obsolete. We're not going to do that. What is segment? How to create a segment? Controlling area. Why we require a controlling area? Because many postings, many sort of posting in treasury where you require to post it to the cost centers. Let's say you have to post to particular cost centers. Um, like there is some expenses or there is some charges which you wanted to post to cost centers. So if you wanted to update anything in the cost center, you need to implement the controlling area, because controlling area is the thing where you have to, once you activate from there in the controlling area, you activate the with different indicator, different tools of controlling. So cost center account cannot be implemented without creating a controlling area. So we're going to see all these basic settings of the enterprise structure, right from the company code creation, segment creation, profit center creation, document splittings, right? Then your latest setting, all these things. Once we create that one, then we go to our next organization structure, that is called the treasury. And you can see treasury also, it has got an organization structure. So you can see the organization structure under the general settings. And there is one more organization structure that would be under accounting. And you can see there is a one more organization structure which talks about the valuation, accounting code, assign accounting to the valuation area, all about. So we going to understand all these things, and let's come back to the treasury module. So as you can see under the transaction manager, we have many things under the transaction management. Here, sorry. We have a money market, we have a foreign exchange, we have a security. Now, what are these? These are the product group. Means under the money market, there are many products are there. We are grouping together all the product related to the money market, and that's why it's called money market. It's not a product, it's a product group. So under the money market, what is money market? Money market refers to a bank or a financial institutions from where we buy various instruments. Let's say we take current account from the bank, right? We take loans from the bank. At the time of issuing commercial paper, we take the help of a bank to issue a commercial paper. We also take various facilities from the bank, right? Current account, your various loans, your short-term loan, your cash credit, your overdraft facilities, everything we take it from the bank. And that's why under the money market, under the transaction manager, you can see product type. And inside that, you can see there are so many product types are there. These are the standard product type. Fixed term deposit, deposit at notice, commercial paper, cash flow transactions, uh, interest rate instrument, fiduciary deposit, syndicate facility, bilateral, current account style instrument. So these are various financial instruments which is by the bank to the corporates. Now we are, let's say, what is our purpose here? To learn. So example, we'll create one company code called Treasury Trading Company Code, and there will be a corporate who will going to interact with the bank to buy those financial instruments, and we'll see how this business process is to be, I mean, what are the business process followed by each corporates when they are dealing with this financial instrument with the bank. Okay, so so that is the thing. That is the thing. So like that, we have a product group for money market. Similarly, we have a product group. If you go to the product type, the financial, even foreign exchange has a different product type. What are those product type? It has gotten foreign exchange, FX, non-deliverable forwards, FX, hedge accounting. So like that, if you go to the securities module, you can see there are under transaction manager, not here, master data, product type. One minute, yeah, define product type. You can see there are different product types. The product type is nothing but a various financial instruments. The financial instruments in SAP's term, it's called the product type. So this is how we're going to learn all this, configurations, all this basic configuration first, and then we come to the organization structure, and then we go to the TRM organization structure, and after it's done, all the organization will one by one will go and do this product level configurations. Now, now what happened? All the configurations will be performing in the SAP Treasury, but the execution part of it will be performing in the SAP Fiori app library, right? One minute. I think Fury have not been installed. Okay. So what we'll do, all these executions will be performed under the Fury app library. So what will happen, you will also see um, how the new reports look like, how the screen, because um, you may be knowing that SAP is emphasizing more on the SAP Fiori rather than going through the SAP GUI screen. Like this is SAP graphical user interface, and the screens is very much older. Like if you go to the SAP screen, of course we have a very much attachment to this SAP GUI screen because many years we are only seeing this particular screen only. But going forward, the SAP suggestion also going forward, they actually want everybody should go and use the SAP Fury app library. What is the advantage of it? The Fury app library, the looks and feels are, very good. Like in the sense, you will be getting, you can see the dashboard sort of report with the bar chart, different chart, different kind of graphs you can see in the report, which is not available in SAP GUI, and the screen also has been done in a better way. Like if you see the once we'll go to the because all the transaction will be performed in the SAP Fury app library. So we'll try to execute everything, all the transactions, all the reports we'll try to see in the Fury app library. We'll rarely come to the SAP. SAP GUI will only do the configuration part of it. Remaining all the activities will be performed in the Fury app library. All the reports will be exploring from the Fury app library. Yeah. Now, so this is the think of it, and so all you'll be receiving, all be getting your server access, this server access, where you can do and you configure all the system access. I mean, you'll be having the system access, and based on that, you start doing the configuration of it. Okay. So that is the thing all about. So that's what I'm just trying to think. Shall we start doing the configuration basic setup? What do you think? Or should we discuss more on the theoretical part of it?
Uh, Hello, Abhi.
Yeah, yeah, hi.
So for each topic, first you will be explaining the theoretical part and then go for the configuration, or directly you go for the configuration.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you are
So my
audible.
question is, yeah,
So,
yeah.
Mhm. basic
My question.
basic organization settings, I feel there is not much discussions on that. We will
Yes.
understand the basic. When it comes to the SAP Treasury product, I already told you this would be my way of doing the thing, right?
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I think this is your answer to your question.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. So, so let's do one thing. Without wasting much time, what we do now, today we're going to start because this is how the agenda is. Now let's start and do the configuration. Let's do the basic configuration into the SAP system because what happened is all you have to configure your stuff into the SAP system. So let's understand what are the main basic configurations are required. I've already created a document. Let me open that one. Just give me 2 minutes. Let me open the document. Just give me a 2 minutes, please. So in this group, is there anyone who are not from the SAP FI background or they don't know about anything about the SAP? Samarpan Dutt,
Yes, I am from
Irfan,
FICO BCM consultant.
Shweta, Krishna
Hello.
Chaitanya.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes. You are from FICO background. Fine. How about Shweta?
Yes, I'm new to this.
You are not exposed to SAP, anything on the SAP? Means you don't know anything about SAP? Or this first time you are
Uh,
learning SAP?
yes, I'm learning it for second time.
Okay. So are you aware about the FICO configurations or you are completely not aware?
No, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. Isra,
I'm
I
aware of.
think I know you. Krishna, I think we spoke to, I think you're aware about, and Isra, you're also aware about, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's up to you if you want to stay here because we mostly today we're going to discuss about the basic organization structure of FICO and other stuffs. So if you feel you already, I'm sure you all be knowing about that one. So it's up to you if you wanted to see the recordings later part of it, you can do that. Okay. Because I'll be discussing because Shweta, she's very new here. She's not aware about this one. So that's the reason. Okay. So it's not a problem. Like if you wanted to stay, stay, but I'll be doing the same stuff, which you already know about that. Okay. So, Shweta, so this is the
Yes.
Excel sheet. Yes. Anybody is saying something? Parimal Cinebas, you are also from FI background, I guess, Srinivas?
So I think I am more a technical ABAP, and I have also done
Ah,
worked on projects on the technical side, but I've not done a functional FICO.
okay. So you and Shweta. Okay, fine then. So what I'll do, I will share this Excel to you all. Okay. So here I have mentioned what are the steps to be performed in order to maintain the org structure. So let me update this org structure. So the first and basic thing is to maintain the company code. So where you go and maintain the company code, you have to go to the enterprise structure, definition, and don't worry, I 1 minute, just one. Hope you can able to see my screen and you can hear me, right? So the first configurations, what we're going to do it here, it is there in this Excel. So we're going to create a company. Can you all hear me? Am I audible? Sana,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So the first thing we're going to create, we go to the financial accounting and we directly go to define, copy, delete, check company code. The company code, why it is required? Because all these postings, what you're going to do it in Treasury, that has to be in the company code itself. That's the reason the basic organization structure for Treasury to run, we need to create a company code first. So I think TR00. So this is one training company code I have created. The way to do the company code creation, I'll just tell you. You go here, click on new entries and type TR00. Let's say the company code, I'll just giving the name of the company, Treasury Training Company Code, city Mumbai, country India, currency INR, because the functional currency of this company code TR00 would be in INR and communication language of this company code would be in English. After doing that, you have to click on save, and once you save that, the new box will get open. So this is where you have to go and maintain your company code details. Okay. So the question is why these details are required. You may say that the company code name would be enough. Why we need additional data? See example, whenever you do the config, let's say whenever you try to create any transactions in, let's say in foreign currency, how system will identify? System will take the company code details based on the region and the Mumbai region and currency. So if you're doing any currency, if you're trying to do any posting other than the INR currency, system will consider that currency as a foreign currency. If you're trying to do some vendor invoice posting whose vendor country is in other than India, system will identify that particular vendor is a foreign vendor and it will ask for foreign exchange transaction. So that's a reason this important configuration is required. First of all, okay, the people who are not talking, could you please mute yourself, please? Because I can see the lot. Krishna,
Sorry.
please mute yourself. So this is how the organization, this is has to be created. And then once you create it and save this, after giving this, you can see a new window will be open. The new window will be open. So once you save that example, go to the cancel. You go to the TR00. 1 minute, please. Okay, so here I'll go to the TR00 company code. Go here, select and address tab. So this is where you have to give this address details. Okay, I might have. Let me see what is a. Okay, I have given a Bangalore. Okay, no problem. You can give your company code details to this respective. So this is what I have given Jigani Industrial Area. My company code is Treasury Training Company Code TR00, located in this region, Bangalore, country. This is the basic details of it. Please noted this point. Company, name of the company. How do you search that company code? Street address. This is very required. Like what is the address where it is located? Postal code, city, country, time zone, region. All these things you have to give it. And after that, you click on continue. So it will be having a complete details of it. So this is how you have to go and create TR00 company code. So if you want, I can create a new company code. Let me do it. But it would be same. Let's say I'll create TR01 company code. I'll give the same thing. Okay. I've given Bangalore, country India, INR, currency. What is the currency of the functional currency of the company code? Since the company code is situated in India, so the functional currency of the company code would be INR. Was changed? So that means someone has already created this one, TR01.
First schedule morning 6 to 6.
Krishna, please mute yourself. If you are not talking, please mute yourself. So TR01 has been created. Let me create TR02 company code. Let's say I'll keep it Mumbai, or let's say Bangalore. So and I say write down TR02 company code, and search term would be TR02, and is it 25 by 22, industrial area, ground floor, 560021, country India, region. If you go and see, region 10 is Karnataka, the state. That's it, and click on continue. So I can say enterprise structure, structure of TR02 company code. Done. So this TR has been saved in this name. So what I did, I create a company code, that is TR02 company code. After creating the company code, the next activities would be I go to the segment. What is segment? Let's say the company has got a two segment. One segment would be layer, let's say 80% of their profit is coming from the manufacturing. Let's say they are doing some electrical manufacturing products, electrical items they are producing, and let's say 20% of their revenue coming from the giving the consultancy services to the other companies, other similar industries. So that's the reason. What is segment? Now it is very important. If your company is listed in the stock exchange, you not only have to give your financial statement, like your balance sheet, your profit and loss statement, but along with that you have to give your income statement or your financial statement based on the segment wise. What is your P&L based on your segment 1000? What is the P&L based on segment 2000? That way you have to create your financial statement. So in order to create the financial statement based on the segment, you have to define the segment first. Okay, so I created these two segments, like 1000 would be for manufacturing, and another segment from there is a consulting services. So they are also doing similar consulting services for other companies. So let me write it down. Define segment. I have mentioned this two. this two segment. Now what are next? Next thing is, before going to any other configuration, I will directly go to this financial accounting global setting, and you can see ledgers, fields, and you can see define field status variant. What is field status variant? Field status variant is basically which constitute a group, means it controls the transaction of it. The details of it I will discuss it later when you do the transaction, but for the timing you should know the field status group, field status variant is used to control the transaction. When you do the transaction posting, at that point of time, what are the field which is required, what are the fields mandatory, optional, all these things has been maintained under the field status variant. So normally we do not create the field status variant from the scratches. What we do, the SAP provided standard field status variant, that is called 0001. This is the template, the standard templates we use to create our own field status variant. So what I do, I will copy the field status variant. How to do that? Select the line and click on here, copy as. I copy field status variant and change it to field status variant TR02, and I give this name TR02 because I am copying the 0001 standard template of field status variant for my company code. When I click on copy, it will say enter of the entries to be copied, dependent entries, copy all or copy only one. I said copy all. So there are 43 dependent entries has been copied. Now where we go and see those dependent entries? So if you select this TR02 and go to the field status group, you can see there are altogether 43 entries which has been copied. What are this one? These are called field status group. So inside the field status variant, there is a field status group, and this field status group basically control the transaction. How they are? Let's go to the, whenever we create any bank account GL, we always use the field status group G005. So if you double click on that, and if we go to this, and you can see there are various groups called general data, additional assignment, payment transaction. Now if I go to the payment transaction, I can see for this particular transaction, whenever I use this group G005, there is a field called value date which is mandatory. Similarly, if I go to G004 cost center accounting, if I go to this transaction additional account assignment, uh, okay, so ideally I cannot see anything. So you can see there is a suppress required optional. So any of these things, if you want this to be required, let's say any cost centers, cost center, let's say I want whenever the posting to be happen, the cost center is a required field. So I can go and select the required field. So this is how whenever I do the transaction against a particular GL, when I'm assigning this GL as a G004, it will always require entry would be cost center is a required entry. So like that, there are so many field status group SAP provided which controls the transactions level. So now we may not able to visualize anything, but when you go to the transactions at that point of time, we will see this how it works. Now after you create the field status variant, the next activities would be assign company code to the field status. So what happened? We have created our company code as a TR02. And similarly, whatever the field status variant we have created, we have to go and assign our field status variant to the company code. Assign these things and click on save. Done. So if I go to this Excel, so we have come to this, we have created this, we have done this, maintain fiscal year variant. Now we go to the next configurations called fiscal year and posting periods. So what is fiscal year and posting period? Like every company which is located in India having a fiscal year. What is fiscal year? It is a basically accounting year for which you have to submit your you have to book your accounts, you submit your financial statement based on the fiscal year. In India, the fiscal year would be V3, that is 1st April to 31st March. So you need not to go and create anything. SAP has provided default fiscal year for the V3 for India. You can select this particular V3 fiscal year, that is April to March, and assign to your company code. So we need not to create anything. So if your calendar year, let's say there will be some cases, the company may be operating in India, but they are maintaining, let's say call the different fiscal year, let's say my company code. In case sometimes what happened, the company originated from the, let's say from the US, the US company code, they having branch office, they have one company code in India. So what happened, the head office, they will perform all the fiscal year variant, they will be performing maybe uh, what is that, instead of V3 they will be using the US books of account, they will be using calendar fiscal year K4. So whatever you see, whether it's a calendar year or non-calendar year, or let's say V3 of April to March, all this fiscal year variant are already been provided by the SAP in the standard configurations. So we're not going to create anything, we'll use the same standard fiscal year variant. This is not a mandatory. You have to go and check assign company code to the fiscal year variant. So what you do, we go to the company code, our company code TR02, and we maintain our fiscal year variant, that is April to March. Click on save. So whatever configuration we done, we go and put it in the yellow color so that next time we can start from the remaining part of this. This is also we have maintained. Define variant for open and close posting period. After doing that things, the next activities would be posting periods. Define variant for open posting period. What is the purpose of it? Let me explain to you. So here also what you can do, you can go to the new entries. You can create variant based on your company code TR02, posting period variant TR02. I've just maintained a fiscal year variant TR02. Now what I do next is assign this variant, whatever variant I've created here, I'll be assigning to my company code. It's a TR02. My company code is TR02. I'll be maintaining the same variant as a TR02, which I had created in the previous step. Done. After creating the variant open posting periods and assign the variant to the company code, the next most important activities would be open and close posting periods. Now what is happening here, if you see here, so in SAP we normally open the only current fiscal year, current posting periods, rather than I said fiscal year, posting period. What is this posting period? Like you can see there are, these are called account type. What is account type definition? Example, account type 𝐴, 𝐷, 𝐘, 𝑚, 𝑠, 𝑉. A stand for any asset related accounts, any customer related accounts. Vendor, M for material, S for GL, V for contract account. So whether you wanted to open separately means, okay, let's understand this way. So example, if I go and I say for my all of my account, whether it's in vendor, customer, GL, material, all this customer, all this account type, that is why I want to only open the posting period which is current posting period. Now what is the posting period? What is the month right now? We are in the month of August. So August, as per what is the August month as per our fiscal year? What is the period? Say April is the first. April, May, June, July, August. That means we are into the fifth period of 2024. So we only want to open only the current fiscal year, current posting period, and the current fiscal year. Why it is so? Because normally in SAP, we do not encourage to any sort of future posting or back posting. So what we do normally, what happen, like if you allow them the future posting or back posting, there may be chances that there are a lot of manipulation can be done. Like you might have seen the Satyam case, like where they have done a big fraud by doing all sort of future invoices. They have posted false invoices, and so that's the reason what happened is in this particular configuration, what we do, we normally close all sort of future posting or back posting periods. Whatever the current posting periods, we only allow them for posting. If a user wanted to post something in the month of August or September, let's say he wanted to post something in September, he has to wait until the period is open for September or October. He cannot do any sort of posting in the immediately in the month of August. But let's say sometimes what happen, I'll tell you some practical problem also. Sometimes what happen, because of the closing issue, month end closing, business unable to post some transaction. Let's say they are unable to do any posting in the account or any vendor invoice posting. In that case, they may ask the question. I mean, they can request the IT team to open the posting period so that they can do some previous month posting, which they unable to do because of some kind of business reason, or and that has to be, I mean, once they give this proper reason, then normally what happen, IT team will open the period. And that's why, let's say they wanted to do some posting in the customer posting or vendor posting, they will request that, okay, we have to do some account customer posting, so from account A to ZZ we have to give something like that. And let's say we'll give it from last month, and they requested for from the month of what is it called, uh, August, from the month of July and August we want, because we need to perform some activities for customer posting, so kindly allow us to open. So in that case, we'll allow a last month, like current last previous month and the current month both. That way we can go and maintain that. So this basically put a restrictions that system only allow to do the posting only in current month. Yeah, so that is of it, because and that's why you can see that we have only opened the current posting period with the current fiscal year. Done. Now after doing that things, we will go to the oh, this is also we have done. Open and close posting periods we have done. Now we'll go to the edit chart of account. Now we'll go to the again financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, general accounting, GL accounting, preparation. You can see edit chart of account list. Now what is chart of account? See, normally if you use any, I mean, I don't know whether you have worked previously any accounting software, or let's say normally what happened, let's say if you wanted to do any sort of posting like into the accounting, let's say I wanted to post an accounting entry. My accounting entry would be, I want to do an accounting entry. So my accounting entry, how would be my accounting entry? Let's say I would say my general ledger, general expenses account would be debit by, let's say, 10,000. to cash and bank account. Let's say bank account would be credit, right? 10,000. Now, in normally, if you see many other softwares, you can directly create the general ledger accounting, GL account, and then you do the posting. But SAP, what happened? So what they have done, before you create a GL account, general ledger accounting, they want the architecture would be like that. You have to first create a chart of account. So before creating a GL account, let's say this is a GL account. Before creating, you have to create one chart of account. We call it as a chart of account. The chart of account is nothing structure or body of GL account. Structure or body of GL account. So example, what do we define here? Let's go. Let's say I define my chart of account TR02. So I'll define it here. Chart of account TR02. And here I have just given I have given a code, description of the code, and maintenance language, which language I wanted to maintain the GL account. As I mentioned, English. Then what is the length of the GL account? I said length of the GL account would be 6 digit, right? What is consolidation group chart of account? This is something like if you have there is an consolidation module if you required. If you wanted to maintain your consolidation, you have to go and maintain a group chart of account. Normally what happens, it is required for the consolidation purpose, or many times it is used for the reporting purpose. So I'm not going into that one, consolidation group chart of account. So only this is the thing I'll discuss here, like the chart of account is mandatory before creating a GL account, because your GL account gets created on the top of your chart of account. Whenever you try to create a GL account, it is asked what is your chart of account. So this is the step one. In the step one, we define our chart of account code, description of the chart of account, maintenance language, length of the GL account. Okay, what is the length of the GL account? So this is what is called structure or the body of the GL account. In which language the GL account would be maintained? It's English. What is the length of the GL account? All you define under the chart of account. So once you create the chart of account, the next activities would be assign company code to the chart of account. So I'll go to the TR02 my company code, and whatever the chart of account I have created, I will go and maintain this chart of account to my company code. I created TR02 chart of account, and I'm defining this chart of account to my company code. That's it. After that,
Can you just go back again? I missed the point on the chart of code. Just
okay, yeah. Who has asked this question? Whose question is this?
Srinivas Perumalki.
Okay. Yeah. So Srinivas, the thing is, the creation of chart of account, before you create the GL account, this is the prerequisite steps. And in these steps, we define whenever you create a GL account, what would be the maintenance language of the GL account. Okay, let's understand this way. Let's say FS00. If I go to the FS00 transaction, and as I said, TR00 company code, let's say. Now this is the GL account I have created. Now you see, what is the maintenance language of the GL account? Can you see? It's English, right? Correct, no? So this was maintained at the chart of account level. Because of that reason, you are maintaining. So basically what happened is your maintenance language is always been English. Another thing is, what is the length of the GL account? Once you define it here, then you create the GL account based on the whatever you define at the chart of account. What is the length you have defined? Let's say 6. Now you see length of the GL account is a 6 digit. So chart of account represent the structure and body of the GL account. What is the structure? What is the maintenance language? That you define at the chart of account level. And you cannot create a GL account without chart of account being created and assigned to your company code.
Okay, got it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Now we go to the define account group. I'll go to the new entries. My chart of account is TR02. Let's say I create a group, let's say call 0001, call liabilities. And here I give the number range like, okay, this is my, whenever I create any GL account or liability GL account, my number range would be fall like this, 1 lakh to 19999. This is all 6-digit code. I'll be giving it to my GL account. Similarly, I'll go to the 02. This would be asset, 03, 04, expenses. So I'll say 200. So what I have defined here, like whenever I create a GL account, what are the categories of the GL account? What is the group? The 001 represent the liabilities group, 002 represent the asset group, 3 represent any revenue GL, 4 represent expenses GL. So whenever I create the GL account, my number range of the GL account would be fall under that. And there is a validation also. I will show you that if you try to create a liability GL with the expenses category, it will give an error message. Example here, let's say I wanted to create a liability account, and liability account, it should be, let's say I wanted to create expenses GL, but I give the range of liability account, let's say 100100, right? This is my liability account, but I am giving it, let's say I'm telling, okay, this is a primary cost and revenue. I'm saying that this GL account number, even though I've given, I wanted to create this GL account, this number for my expenses GL. Now see, the moment I see here is a validation check. What is saying? It's saying that you created expenses and which is fall from this range, and you are giving the GL account number this. It cannot be done. This is an error message. So based on whatever the group you have created, your 001, 2, 3, 4, based on that, you have to create your GL account. Clear? Understood? So whenever you create any GL account, your GL account should be matched with the account group. So let's say now if I go and create, let's say FS00, now I wanted to create one expenses group. So let's say I wanted to create 400,400,990. I'll go and create, and I said GL account type is primary cost and revenue, account group is 004. Now I cannot get any error message because I wanted to create an expenses GL and it is fall under the expenses. But if I say no, this GL account I have created, I wanted to make it as an asset GL, you see this error it will give. You say you cannot create this GL account number for the asset group because it is allocated for expenses only. So this is how the validation impacted. Done. Then we go to the return earning account. What is return earning account? You can see the moment I go and this one, it will asking what is my chart of account. The return earning account, it is basically whenever you see your P&L account, your balance sheet account. So what will happen? Let's say your income statement. Let's talk about your income statement. What is income statement? The income statement is nothing but in your P&L account. Previously, we'll call it as an profit and loss account, right? In our colleges, we may heard the term profit and loss account, but internationally, this has been stated as an income statement. It is nothing but in your profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. Now, what is a profit and loss account? In this statement, what happened? It will be a diagrammatic presentations of all your expenses, and all your income. So let's say for the particular year, your expenses would be, let's say, I'm just giving a small, okay, just 10 lakhs. And your income, let's say your income is 20 lakhs. Okay. So what is the difference between your profit, your income, and this one? Okay, sorry. Right, this is here, and same thing. So your profit or loss will mention is like your profit and loss would be 10 lakhs, right? So this profit and loss, this profit, not loss, we'll term it as a profit. So this normally, this profit we transfer to the profit and loss. We transfer this profit to the balance sheet under the head of liability. And this is, let's say, this is asset. Under this retained earning account. Okay. So all this entire profit will be transferred to the retained earning. Now the question is, what is retained earning mean to you? See, retained earning means there is an accounting concept of it. What's called going concern concept. It means that if you start doing a business, let's say if we have a profit of 10 lakhs, right? Let's say 2024. Does it mean we'll withdraw all the profit we enjoy? We spend money on the car and spend all the money? The entire 10 lakhs will enjoy? Answer is no. Because as per the going concern concept accounting principle, whenever a company is formed, whatever the profit it earns, it has to retain its profit for the further expansion of it. Let's say tomorrow you wanted to expand your business, you have to buy machinery, you have to expand your plants, you have to buy machinery, you have to buy some plants. So all these things would be from where the cash will come. This will be a part of profit which you retain for the further business expansion. And the retention of profit, it's called the retained earning account. That's part of earnings which you retain for the further expansion of the business. So what will happen when you do the year-end activities? So system will calculate all the profit and loss account profits from all the sales order, and it will transfer to your retained earning account. So this is the reason system expect a retained earning account. So I'll say I have not created retained earning account, but if I create the retained earning account, this GL account I'll be using. So I say save, and it has been updated. So I have given then my profit and loss X statement. This is my retained earning account X, and this would be my GL account 10,000. This would be my retained earning account where all the profit should be transferred to this for the balance carry forward purpose. So chart of account we have done, return on kind, company code, define account group also we have done, return earning. Now we'll go to controlling area. Now after doing all these things, now what we have to do, we have to go to the enterprise structure again, and we go to the controlling and maintain controlling area. Now what is controlling area? The controlling area basically it represents your what is that called, your management accounting, like all the cost center, your profit center, it would be part of your controlling area. So in order to activate the cost centers, the profit centers, the internal order, for that we need to activate the controlling area. So how do you do that? So you go to the new entries and give your controlling area, let's say TR02 company code. Normally what we do here, the controlling area, we have already been created as a TR00. I'm just giving an example. So let's say my company code, it's let's say TR00 company. It has a mini, let's say TR00, or let's say I create a common, controlling area called TR00. So in that controlling area, I will assign all the company codes. So now for the example purpose, what I do, since I have created a single company code, so what I do now, I'll create a controlling area TR02. But remember, let's say if whenever you go for any implementations, you will always see FICO implementation. Let's say there is a so many company code and there will be single controlling area. Okay. So what happened is, let's say the company where I'm implementing, they have a 5-6 different company code. Let's say TR01, 02, 03, 04, and everywhere there is a controlling area called TR00. All this company code will be assigned to a common controlling area is TR00. So you can see that I have already created a controlling area. If you want, you can also create your own controlling area, or let's say, let me see that whether I have created or not. Yeah, you can see I have created a common controlling area TR00, and this is my controlling area, and I say the cross company code cost accounting. What is the controlling? Because the controlling area has a two aspect. I will not go into that details level because this would be more on otherwise it would be more on FICO training. I just wanted to tell you, like, if a one company code, if you have a multiple company code assigned to single controlling area, in that case we will see the assignment type of two, that is cross company code cost accounting. If the one company code, one controlling area, in that case we'll select the one option. Normally we do not use this option one. I tell you why. Let's say if you go for any new implementation, let's say the company where you're implementing SAP, let's say first time, you find they have only company code, single company code. Let's say for the sake, for the simplicity purpose, I will say the company code where you're implementing single company code TR01. Ideally single company code. This is my company code, controlling area. Now I can do that. Let's say TR01, I can do one company code, one controlling area combination. But what happen is, let's say tomorrow this company code buy another company code. Let's say another company code, and they name it as a TR02 company. Now what happened? They want, for controlling perspective, all the reporting should be happen a single controlling area. Normally what happen, if you have a multiple companies located in different, they wanted to have a common controlling area. So that's a reason, if you create a single controlling area with the company code, then again tomorrow if new company code comes, then again you have to create another controlling area. Because once you selected this option, the one, after you post the transaction, you cannot go and change the setting to this one again after the transaction get posted. So that's the reason you always, if you, even if you feel that the company single implementation area you're doing, but you remember always select this cost controlling cost company code to controlling area setting is a cost company codes cost accounting, because tomorrow if new company code comes you can accommodate say same controlling area to that another company code. Fine. Now here you can see if you want there will be situation like uh, let's say your company code you wanted to do an reporting your controlling area different currency. Let's say in that case I'm just giving an example. It may be applicable, may not be. In case if you are reporting only in India, then fine, you can select any of this option. Let's say company code currency, group currency. Ideally what happened if you have a situation like that, like your company code is in India, but there is an but you are part of global company code group and you want separate reporting to be done in the different currency. Let's say your controlling reporting would be done in USD currency. In that case you can select the currency type called a group currency. There was an option previously, I don't know why it's not coming. It's a controlling area currency. Maybe now it's not there or something. Anyway, I'm selecting here that for my company, it's a part of, let's say, other company code like US company. So I have another reporting. I want the controlling reporting to be done in the group currency. If you don't have, you can simply give it the company code currency. Why you are not suggesting to give a company code currency? Because it may possible tomorrow you merge with any other company, or that company they want in other currency. So better, even though USD it is not USD, but select the better currency. What is it called? Uh, Currency type. You can select a currency type. For example purpose, I have selected group currency and that is in USD. Okay, just an example. And you can see the chart of account it is required. I have selected a chart of account TR00 and V3. Okay, TR00 why? Okay, let me change. Okay, uh, let's say for an example, as I said, let's say if you tomorrow, what happen is tomorrow if you're buying another company, so what is the purpose? Initially I have shown you for the example purpose. Let's say tomorrow another two company code, this company, let's say I have purchased TR0001, purchased two more company TR0203. Now what happen is, let's say for that reason, I don't wanted to create the chart of account again and again. What I do, I will create a common chart of account, common controlling area, so that I can assign all this common chart of account or common controlling area to the multiple company code. Okay, so now what I do, I know I have done, I have just for an example purpose, I have shown the chart of account what I have created. I'll go and change my chart of account because of this business scenario. Because as I told you, I do not create based on the company code, because you have to keep it in mind. Maybe tomorrow the company may go and buy another company. So that's the reason you create some unique chart of account, unique controlling area. And what is that unique chart of account? I given a unique chart of account is TR00 and unique controlling area I'll be creating as a TR00. So that what will happen, I can accommodate all my new company with this new chart of account. Otherwise, every time I have to keep doing the new chart of account. If I create new chart of account, it would be difficult for me to reporting, because most of the reporting in SAP FI, it would be based at the chart of account level and then it will redirect to the company code level. So now I go and change my settings. I will not use the chart of account example here. I go to the financial accounting, assign chart of account to my company code. Now you see here, before that I have created chart of account list TR00. This is, I'll name it as a common chart of account TR00. Okay, I'll name it like this way. So whatever the new company code, I will assign the TR00 instead of TR02. Now I'll go to the TR02 company. Instead of assigning new chart of account, I will assign this common chart of account TR00. Done. Now, why I have done this? Because this is the reason for that. I want a common reporting. I want all the company code which I have purchased, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. All I want a kind of a group reporting or a consolidation reporting in that case, or I want a common reporting in that case. My common chart of account will help me to get a complete consolidation financial statement from TR01, 02, 03 company together. If I do not do that, then I have to extract the financial statement from each of the company code, and then again I have to merge it in the Excel by this 3 company code, which I don't want to do. So now I have I have changed my chart of account because of this scenario to this one and common chart of account, and now I'll go to the enterprise structure definition, and I go to the maintain controlling area, and similarly I have created common chart of account TR00, and here what I do, you can see the chart of account I have defined it here, TR00 and V3. Okay, remaining everything is same. Common controlling area, I would say common controlling area, cross company code, reporting would be in USD currency, and your chart of account would be common chart of account V3. Now what I do next activities would be my next
Okay.
activity. Tell
Sorry.
me.
I have a question. Actually, I have a company like in USA, in UK, in
Hmm.
India. The fiscal
Uh-huh.
year variant should not be same, correct? In that case,
Yeah.
what will be the consolidation purpose? What is the suggestion, your
Yeah.
suggestion?
Okay. Okay. I will answer it to the differently, but not at this point of time. You park your
Okay.
question. I will like to answer when you go to the later setting.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So now, let's say after doing this controlling, again, there is one more field called assignment. After doing this controlling, you can see here controlling, and you can see assign company code to controlling area. So I go to the TR00, my chart of account, my controlling area, and assign company code to the controlling area. So what I do now, I assign this common controlling area TR02 and to this controlling area. So what I did, whatever the common controlling area I have created, so there I have defined my company code as an TR02, right? After doing the same setting, so let me go to this my configuration document and tell you what is next. Assign company code to controlling area we have done. Okay, now maintain controlling area, and there is one more thing called maintain controlling area once again. So you can go after maintaining all these things, your enterprise structure, you close this, and you can see here there is uh, one place called controlling. If you click here, you can see general controlling, organization, maintain controlling area. Again, you can see there is also an enterprise structure maintain controlling area, right? And here is also the same. But what is the difference? I tell you the difference of it. Now, if you go to the TR00 controlling area, you can see there is a new field of it. What is the new field? The new field is, no, 1 minute. I've come to the wrong place. Okay. A maintain controlling area. If you go here, maintain controlling area, and I go to this TR00. Now you see here, there are three folder. One is a basic data, activation component indicator, and assignment company code to company. Now, if you go to the controlling area once again, you can see there is one more new field called cost center standard hierarchy, which field was not available in the previous version of it. So this cost center standard hierarchy you have to maintain like this way. The naming convention, just is forgive me for the naming convention, I've defined very simplified way. I have defined STH standard hierarchy TR00. These are just naming convention I have given, and in that I defined, I said um, cost center group TR00. The STH standard hierarchy is nothing but it's called the cost center group. And then after doing these things, you come back and you can see activate component indicator. When you create this, let's say I'm deleting. Okay, now. Okay, so what happened once you go to this new entry? Let's say you go to the new entry. Okay, so the moment you give it, your screen will appear like that. So this is the place where the purpose of the maintaining purpose of this activating the controlling area is to activate those cost accounting components. So what are the cost accounting components? Cost centers, activity based costing, activity types, or your internal order management or order management, any sort of order management. It's an internal order, production order, commitment management, activity based costing, margin analysis, costing based COPA, profit center, projects, cost object, all these things, whatever the components you wanted to activate, you can come and activate here. Whether you need a cost centers, whether you need an activity types, whether you need an order management, whether you need a commitment management, all these things, whatever you need. If you need a cost center, sales order costing without commitment management, so you can come here and you can save and activate this. So you can go here, you can see that if I go to the TR00 controlling area, you can see activate component. I have activated cost center accounting. I have activated for order management, commitment. I mean, just activated. I mean, see, for my, this one, it is not required at all. For my treasury, it may not require. So I only require cost centers. That's it, because these are the remaining part of the other product costing or COPA sort of I do not require at all. So whatever I require, even though I have activated all, but for the treasury perspective, we only need the cost center accounting, that's it, or internal order, that's not more than that. Even internal order is also not required, because this is, we only need a cost center. So after doing these things, we go to the maintain version. We maintain number range for controlling document. Yes, this is also important. So, okay, I will stop these things today because I don't want it to overload it by so many things. So far configurations we have done, and I'll share you this Excel to you. So I'll want you to go and maintain those configuration during this entire week. So next week we'll come up with the remaining configuration of it.
Thank you,
Okay.
Avik.
So
Yeah.
who asked the question? Like, is it Perumal, Srinivas, or
No, I have asked the questions actually.
who?
Samarpan.
Oh, Samarpandar. Yes. Tell me, what is your question?
Question is, my one company in UK, one company in US, and another company in India. Now fiscal year variant is different, correct? Or different. Now
Correct.
I want to create one controlling area. So how can I do this thing? Because we have to maintain this thing in our controlling area, fiscal year variant and chart of account.
Hmm.
Uh,
So the answer to these things. So first of all, if this is the case, normally we have seen this is the problem. Like I'll say, let's say your company code is in US, let's say UK, okay, Germany,
correct,
okay. Now what happened here? Here we have to understand. See, every organization they must have one head office concept, right? So
correct.
let's say their head office. I'm assuming that their head office in US.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm assuming their head office is US, and as per the head office, the local is zero L ledger, right? Your local,
correct.
leading ledger would be maintained in, let's say, K4, that is December to
Hmm.
Jan to December,
Just Jan to
right?
December. Correct. Hmm.
Correct. So in that case, your leading ledger would be for all the company code, it would be same. Correct.
Hmm.
Now come
Hmm.
to your local reporting. For the local reporting, let's say US to okay, let's say if I come to this UK part, let's say your local gap L1, 1 minute, L1 local gap, and same thing is a local gap. So this may be possible for the local gap of UK. They may use the different chart of account, right? Different fiscal year, correct? No.
Correct.
Let's say we are
Correct.
using July to June,
Yeah,
June.
that is one way. Correct. You are correct.
And this is another. So in the local ledgers, you can go and maintain this one. But at the chart of account level, your client, your controlling area perspective, it is always you have to see that who is the head office level, how they want the reporting, because it is not like that three company code. The head office destination would be one company. Let's say the head office would be either US or head office would be the Germany. So way they are looking
Hmm.
for, that way we have to maintain the local ledger for the controlling area perspective. Okay,
Fine. Understand. We can control
that
this thing non-leading ledger.
correct, correct.
Yeah, I understand. Understand. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you, Avi.
thank you everyone. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Sure.
Hi, Abhi, you can end the
Yeah.
session if you don't mind, please.
What
Uh-huh.
about this? Server access will be given.
Yeah, server access will be given to every one of you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, those who are registered, we are going to give the server access to you tomorrow. Yeah. Is there anyone else wants to ask any
How
queries?
can I get this recording? Because I want to practice something there.
Yes. You see, what happens is like usually the weekends, our staff will not be working, many of them. So Monday
Mhm.
morning, first half only, all the recordings will be converted and given,
Eras, I'll be
uploaded to
dropping
the
from this
drive.
call. You continue then. Yeah, Eras.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
cool.
Avi.
All right, thank you. So, thank you, Avi. So what I'm saying is like once you are done, once these two sessions been done, Saturday and Sunday, so all the recordings will be converted and uploaded in the Google Drive. Okay, at the same time, the documents, whichever he is sharing, like the work Excel sheet, plus later on he'll be sharing some of the configuration documents also with every one of us.
Okay.
So those documents will also be uploaded on every Monday. Yeah. So the whole week you're having to do the practice.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, and
So,
I'll be sharing with you guys the concern numbers. Like there are two staff members. One is Netra, who is a basis girl. So she will be responsible to give you the server access, and if at all you are having any sort of issues with respect to some configurations or something, so she'll be responsible to handle it. Okay, that number will also be assigned to you tomorrow. And for the recordings purpose, if you are having any issues in playing the recordings, or your computer is having laptop is having any issues, so for the recording purpose, Deepali would be there. She's going to address those issues. Okay, but
okay. Okay.
anyways, me and Sana will also be there with you guys to help you out during the week
Thank you.
or on
Thank you.
the weekends also. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So is there anyone else who would like to ask any questions?
Yes, sir. This is Shweta here.
Yeah,
Uh,
Shweta.
s- yes, sir. As in the beginning, I told that I am very much new to this everything. So, sir told
Mhm.
that there are some basic concepts, like basic things which I should know. So how I'll be able to like get all those information?
Basic concepts in the sense, may I know your profile? Like, are you totally new to this one, or are you an FI, you know FIC or something before?
Yes, I know, I know. I'm totally
You know
new
FIC
to
and
this
SSC both?
TRM.
TRM we
Hello?
are starting from the basic. Yeah, TRM we are starting from very basic actually. Okay, that's not
Okay,
an issue. So you just need to
okay.
follow, we need to put more efforts, okay? You need to put more
Yes,
efforts to do practice, whichever is there. Uh,
yes.
there is one
Mm,
documentation. I'll share with you if at all, if I can find some basics. But
yes,
there is no such thing because his training is going to be in a very detailed fashion. So there
yes,
won't be anything is external required for this one. Just only the thing you'll be getting the whole week. Go through the recordings once or twice and do the practice on
yes,
the system. How much you're doing the practice, that much understanding you'll be getting, and you will be ready to ask the queries in the coming weeks. Okay,
yes,
so from
definitely.
coming week onwards, whichever the issues we are having, first 15 minutes we are going to address those queries during your
Okay,
practice, whichever the queries we are coming. Then we'll start the session. Yeah,
okay. So, sir, you are going to share it today itself, the document which you told
tomorrow.
just now? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay,
No, I
okay.
need to look out like which document which would be the basic document for you. Then only I can
Yes,
share with you. Okay. Yeah.
yes,
But
yes, sure. Please.
you can go through the recordings. Yeah. That would be
Yes,
today's
sure.
session
I'll go
recording.
through the recording, sir, but
Great.
it would be very much helpful and very much grateful, like if you share me some more details, no, where I can read and I'll get gather more information.
Great. Great. I'll do that one by tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, okay, sir.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
most
you.
welcome. Is there anyone else? Yes. Like who would like to know? Yeah. Thank you guys. So we'll conclude the session for the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night, sir.